Simply put, most creators are sleeping on LinkedIn. While everyone's busy fighting for attention on Instagram and TikTok, LinkedIn is literally the sleeping giant that is helping creators land brand partnerships, connect with the CEOs at companies, and make more money in their creator businesses overall. And might I add, with way less competition. The platform actually wants people to see your content and wants you to have a lower lift in how much you have to post on the platform, and it's getting right in the face of the decision makers at the brands who are hopefully going to be paying you. And as you're posting more and more on LinkedIn, you're not only building your audience, you're building credibility. But here's the catch. For most creators, your LinkedIn profile is probably from back in college and is settling with dust on top of it at this point. And that's exactly what we're going to be fixing today. In this video, we're going to talk about everything from top to bottom on your LinkedIn profile that you can optimize as a content creator to make sure you're presenting yourself in front of potential brands the best way possible. At the end of this video, I'm also going to share 5 different content ideas if you're wondering what the heck you should even be posting on LinkedIn and how often to be posting it. So don't forget to stick around for that. Timestamps are down in the description, and let's get right into it. I want to start off by giving you this little mindset shift opportunity. Your LinkedIn is not necessarily your resume anymore. It's basically a landing page for your entire business. Every section really gives you the perfect opportunity to explain who you are, what you do, why people should trust you and hire you, and even the accomplishments that you've had in your business. LinkedIn isn't just a platform for people in corporate 9-to-5 jobs. The creative industry, specifically the creator economy on LinkedIn, is absolutely booming and is truly the perfect place for you to connect face to face with the people at the brands that you want to work with. If you've followed me for a long time, you've heard me talk about the anti-pitch method over and over and over again, and LinkedIn is actually a huge part of that. I'm a firm believer that instead of sending your cold pitch emails that probably look exactly the same as everyone else's, no offense, you should instead be spending your time actually networking with the people at the brands. It allows you to build such stronger connections with your potential brand partners, but even if these people move from company to company, it allows you to hopefully bring your opportunities from company to company with them and keep in touch really easily. So let's break down exactly what it looks like step by step to optimize your LinkedIn profile as a content creator. So starting all the way at the top of our LinkedIn profile is our header image. Personally, I really like to customize this area because I think it is kind of a good first impression or first representation of when people come to your profile. So I made sure to include as much information as I could about who I am, what I do, places maybe I've been featured, platforms I'm on, my name, etc. And I also like to do it in my brand colors because I really love keeping everything super cohesive. One thing I will mention about this is if you go on Canva and type in LinkedIn banner or LinkedIn header, there are a ton of really great templates, but some of them do not account for the fact that your profile photo is going to go over this area here because on some phones it will look different. Moving on would actually be our profile photo. LinkedIn being a more professional platform, it is great to have a more professional photo. Not that it needs to be shot by a photographer. Realistically, it could definitely just be something you taken on your phone, but I do think having it be like a closer up, simple, not super busy photo where we can really see you is going to be your best bet. This area here, which is kind of like our headline, is arguably the most important area of our LinkedIn profile. And that is because this is really where we can come up in our search terms when people are searching for certain words. So for example, I have information here about my business and my podcast, but I also have a ton of words right here like content creator, creator economy, creator monetization, thought leader, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And while these are just words, they do describe exactly what my business is and kind of like what keywords I would want to kind of have people find me through. I personally would recommend using as many many characters as possible here so that you can make sure you're fully utilizing all this space that you have. Then obviously you have your location in here, and then you can have the option here. I actually can't remember if this is a premium feature or not. I am on premium to any external link. It could be visit my Instagram, view my portfolio. This is like really your only option for a clickable link externally that's right at the top of your profile. So I highly recommend choosing very wisely where you want to send people. So as we scroll down, the next section we get to is our about section. So this is your opportunity to brag, okay? And don't be afraid to brag because everyone does it on LinkedIn. This is your opportunity to have a landing page that sells you. So we want to sell you as much as possible. I'm talking about how I write for Forbes. I've been featured here. I've been named this. I've collaborated with these brands. I have this membership and a podcast with this many downloads. Talk about videos that have gone viral for you. Talk about massive growth that you've had on platforms, collaborations that you've done, etc. And I personally also like to include my social links here as well. What you could do if you don't feel super confident writing an about section would be putting all of your kind of big talking points that you want to mention into an AI bot like a chat GPT and ask it to write the bio for you. I've also been asked, should we have kind of like first person or third person here? And I don't think it matters either way. So once you scroll a little bit further, you're going to see this featured area. This is really the only other place that you can link to external things or external links. So when you hit this plus button, you'll see you can have a post here, a newsletter, an article, add a link, which is what I have done for all of mine, or add maybe photos, etc. What I have used here is basically a link, one that when you click on it goes right to my contributor page at Forbes because I want people to have easy access to that. One goes to my podcast and one goes to my membership. You could also here put links to your social profiles, links to your website. You could have maybe links to your portfolio, links to a case study that you've done, etc. But this would be a really great place to highlight anything again that is going to be external but could help sell you to a potential brand partner. This area here is your activity. This auto populates, so you won't have to worry about that. Then you get to the more kind of like resume part of your LinkedIn. This is what I think people traditionally think of when they think about LinkedIn. I have one kind of freelance job here that I am a content creator at, as well as my Forbes contribution. But what I really want to highlight is these three here. I do have that I am, a founder of my business, and I essentially have like a little bit of information about it here, but it shows kind of some credibility that I have had my own business for over 6 years at this point, and they can click on it to basically go to my brand's page. Now, if you have a personal brand, but you don't have like a business name, like you just operate under your own business, what I think you could do instead is actually just kind of do it how I've done it down below here. So I have that I am an influencer and content creator at TikTok, and basically talk about how like I have, like strategize with brands, I create content on the platform, I have my own platform. Doesn't mean that I work for TikTok, but a lot of creators will do this to basically show like I'm active on this platform and whatever other platforms maybe you're active on, and show how long you've been active on the platform for. One of the things that I think would also be really smart to highlight in this section is like how many, maybe if you have like millions of views or videos that you've had gone viral, or maybe you've been featured in some news outlet for a video that went viral. This is the place again to brag. Like, do not be afraid to just put in all the information that's going to make you look really good to potential brand partners. Everything below here is essentially irrelevant. I don't think people really scroll too far past the experience section. The most important parts, again, are kind of this headline area, your about, your featured section, and then making sure you've got some creator related experience in here. So I hope that's helpful. If you're feeling overwhelmed or even really excited about the potential that LinkedIn has for you, don't worry, you don't have to do it alone. We have a private creator community with over 150 other creators who are literally walking step by step in the exact same journey as you. All of them are learning how to monetize and grow their businesses so that they can make sure that all the hard work that they're putting into their social media actually is worth it. If you need support, community, and education, we have all three easily accessible to you within Social Suite, our private community. You can get more information about joining us in Social Suite down in the description, but while you're here, I want to make sure that I share those 5 LinkedIn post ideas with you. And I'll first answer the question of how often should you be posting on LinkedIn? Look, I do not want to be the person to tell you to take on a whole new platform that you're going to have to post on 5 times a week. Thankfully, LinkedIn is not that. On LinkedIn, their algorithm has a very long shelf life, so you could realistically be posting once, maybe twice a week if you're feeling crazy, and you're gonna have a perfectly fine and consistent presence on the platform. So don't feel like this has to be an everyday occurrence. My first content idea is a behind the scenes on how you landed a partnership. The way I like to think about LinkedIn is it's essentially the business mind behind everything else that you're doing in your creator business. So say you land a brand partnership, instead of posting that brand partnership about fashion or beauty on your LinkedIn, you can share the business side of it. How did you land that? How did you come up with the concept for it, etc. Second idea is to share a creator win that you had in your business. People love to share wins on LinkedIn. They always will perform well because people also love to hype you up. And trust me, LinkedIn is literally the perfect platform for you to kind of like humble brag on. So this works well. Third idea would be your insight on a piece of industry news. Look, you can create great authority within your niche by sharing your opinions on things that are happening. This is one of my favorites. Number 4 would maybe be a mistake that you made in your business and what you learned from it. I think every day we're making new mistakes, so this should be an easy one to think of ideas for. And number 5, an unpopular opinion that you maybe have about your industry. For example, I just shared one recently about how I think influencer platforms are dying. This seems to be an unpopular opinion, and it was really well received. I hope this gave you the confidence you need to make sure your profile is perfectly optimized and get your butt over on LinkedIn. Cannot wait to see you there, and I'll also see you next week.